So I want to go over what we did in class Wednesday, just kind of the operational part of it, and just what's new. So I'm not going to go over the part that was old. So I want you to go down to 50 years here. I want you to have where you put in the number of years you want, and they automatically appear or disappear based on the number of years. But I don't want to get bogged down in that in this video. So I'll look at what's different, which is that random component. So the beginning balance is from here. And notice I've named these cells. All these cells are named, so I don't have to lock them down by pressing F4. You can name them or not, up to you. The proportion of the risky is how much I start out with times 1 minus the proportion of the risky. And then what's in the risk-free, not 1 minus, times the percent in risky. Getting ahead of myself. The risk-free would be 1 minus what's in the risky. Or you could just say the beginning balance minus what's in the risky. So what's different here is I have a random component. I have risk. I don't know what's going to happen. So I pick a random number between 0 and 1. So rand gives me a random number between 0 and 1 that tells me the area under the curve of a normal distribution. So if I do equal norms inverse rand, this is going to give me the number of standard deviations I am from the mean. So this is going to be a good year because I have 0.63. So my return is going to be 8 plus 0.63 times 20. So that's a really good return, right? And I want to show, normally I wouldn't show this if I'm presenting to a client. Maybe I would, but I want you to see kind of each step. So for 1 plus the risky return equal EXP, and it's going to be the expected return, I don't have to lock that down because it's named, plus the volatility, again that's named, times Z. So my return on the risky asset is going to be this number, 1.12, times that 1.125 million. And every time I recalculate, it's going to give me a different random number. So my ending balance is what I have in the risk-free. So the risk-free times e to the power, exp, e to the risk-free rate, plus the risky times e to the r plus sigma z, but I've already done e to the r plus sigma z there, so I don't have to do it again. And then my drawdown is going to be this drawdown. So my balance the next year is equal to the ending balance minus the drawdown. So now all of this stuff is exactly the same, right? The proportion of the risky, I'm rebalancing every year in this case, get a new random number, a new return, new ending balance. So this is really if you're saving, I mean not saving, you're spending in retirement, because I'm drawing down. So let me label that. I'm going to add an entire row here. I'm going to call this spending in retirement. And actually Control X, come here, Control V. I'm going to copy this all the way across, come here with the alignment, and just put this centered across the selection, and Control B. I want to have saving for retirement and spending in retirement. So I'm just going to copy this, Control C, come over here, Control V. This is all good, but now I need to call this deposit. And this isn't spending in retirement. Notice I don't highlight this, I highlight right there. This is going to be saving for retirement. And this isn't going to be a negative anymore. This is going to now be a positive because I'm saving for retirement. But what I need to do is add my annual deposit. So let's call that, no, $20,000. So this is really equal to that 20. Now there are a couple other things to do. I'm going to leave it to you to do rather than me going through step by step. This beginning balance, I need to have an offset, right? So this needs to be equal offset something, how you want to do that. But what it's going to do, it needs to pick this number plus this number. If I change this to be a different number of years, it's going to be in a different spot, right? Whenever your retirement ends. And that's going to be based on the number of years. And this should be years to retirement. So then I need another line. It's going to be years in retirement. So this will be years to retirement. It will give me this number. Years in retirement will give me this number. The offset key is going to pick up the balance at the end of my saving for retirement. The endowment is going to be the offset key from over here. I might have a proportion of risky assets pre-retirement and a proportion of risky assets post-retirement. So I'm not going through every little detail with you on this because you now have the ability to do that on your own. So watch this. If you have questions,